I brought 120 people into a locked room and something impossible happened. Picture a massive gust of wind inside a building, but the curtains don't even move. Then, literal fire appears over every single person's head, but no one gets burned. And if that's not insane enough, they all started speaking in languages they'd never learned, perfectly. Was this the craziest miracle in history, or is it an invitation you haven't accepted yet? Section 1, Deconstructing the Miracle. This actually happened. Go read Acts, chapter 2. It's 9 a.m. and Jerusalem is packed with people from all over the world. A sound like a jet engine rips through the room. Then literal tongues of fire land on 120 disciples. The next second, they're all speaking in different languages, and every single person in the crowd heard about God's amazing works in their own native language. We're talking Parthians, Medes, Elamites, people from 16 different nations. This wasn't a hearing aid, this was a superpower. Section 2, Fire in the Story of God. And God has been using fire for thousands of years. He showed up to Moses in a bush that was on fire but never burned up. He led an entire nation for 40 years with a giant pillar of fire. The top of Mount Sinai looked like a volcano because God was there. So when fire shows up at this moment, it's God's signature move, proving I am here. But this time, the fire wasn't a barrier, it was an invitation to everyone. Section 3, The Forgotten Aspect. But fast forward to today, and this incredible power is almost completely forgotten. We've traded this insane supernatural fire for red balloons and birthday parties. We took a 5-alarm blaze and downsized it to a scented candle. Some people will tell you these gifts expired, or that it was just a one-time light show. But what if they're wrong? What if we've forgotten one of the most powerful gifts ever given to humanity? Section 4, The Bridge to Today. This is where it gets crazy. This fire isn't history. The prophet Joel said this would happen in the last days, which started back then and includes right now. It is still happening today. In 2024, a coder in Seoul prayed for his co-worker in perfect Mandarin, a language he'd never learned. A grandmother in Lagos diagnosed a stranger's illness with 100% accuracy. A shy kid in Toronto shared her faith in 5 different accents. This is the same fire, just in new people. Section 5, Answering the Skeptics. Okay, I know what you're thinking, but modern tongues are just people babbling. The Bible actually describes 2 kinds, speaking in real human languages you've never learned, and a heavenly prayer language. Both are real, and both are for building people up. Here's the ultimate test: does it help people and point to Jesus? Real fire changes lives. Fake fire is just a show. Section 6, How to Welcome the Fire. So, you want in on this? I'm going to give you 3 simple steps. First, ask. Jesus literally promised that the Father is eager to give the Spirit to anyone who asks. No secret handshake. That's it. Second, get ready. The first disciples prayed for 10 days before the fire fell. You can't schedule a miracle, but you can prepare for one. Third, step out. This power isn't for your Instagram story, it's for changing lives. Jesus promised, when you open your mouth, I'll give you the words. If you want to be part of this, hit that subscribe button right now. We are building a community that refuses to forget this fire. And if you've ever had a crazy moment like this happen to you, tell me about it in the comments below. I am reading every single one. Section 7, Fire and Unity. And get this superpower didn't divide people, it brought them together. In one day, 3,000 people joined this new community. This was the world's first and biggest social network, and it was launched by a miracle. Section 8, Personal Stories. I've heard an insane number of stories just like this. An Afghan refugee in Greece heard the gospel in his native language from a Brazilian who flunked Spanish class. A Chinese student in Iowa was greeted in perfect Mandarin by a pastor who's never even left the United States. Are those just coincidences? Or is this fire still falling all over the world? Conclusion, the choice. So, this event isn't some dusty relic in a museum. It is a personal invitation with your name on it. The same Spirit who created the universe and who reversed the curse of Babel at Pentecost wants to rest on you today. I'm giving you a choice. If you woke up tomorrow with fire on your head and world-changing words in your mouth, what would you do? Would you hide it? Would you try to explain it away? Or would you get on your phone, walk across the street, and change someone's life forever? The wind is still blowing. The fire is still falling. And somebody, somewhere, is waiting to hear the wonders of God in the only language that can reach their heart. It could come from you. Like, share and subscribe to Faith Frequency for more.